Hey, this is Shiraz, and before we get started, I just want to let you know that when I clear something for someone, when I cause a shift, I tend to yawn and cough from the energetic shift that happens. I don't know why it happens. It's just how my body works. And if you don't know that, you're going to listen to this video and go, what the hell is wrong with this guy? You might still think that, but now there's more of an explanation. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you hear something that you can absolutely relate to, when I cleared for them, you can get it cleared for you too. Just say yes when they're saying yes, and it works. I have people that watch these videos every morning to get stuff cleared. This can be your new morning habit too. Okay, that's enough for that. Let's get on with the video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a great shift out of it. See you soon.
I think what I would like to work on is that I am starting to put myself out there for speaking and maybe offering a class. Thank you,
Okay.
Gabby. And I am running up against like a bit of terror and feeling of imposter syndrome because it's a new it's a new venture for me, and I don't have certifications. Not that people are necessarily going to have all these certifications, and I'm pulling together things from all over the place. So um, it's almost like people are getting little bits of things from a lot of other programs, but I feel like
You're describing most programs out there.
uh, I really I
Yeah.
keep thinking people like you who have something unique, and here I am going to
Yeah, but
be.
energetic magic came from doing access consciousnness, theta healing, fifth dimensional energy work, movement feedback therapy, and then stripping out all the stuff I thought was tedious and inefficient to be left with what's there. That's just short, power, and powerful. And so you're still getting little bits of the other things in this, and energetic magic wouldn't exist if it wasn't for those other things. But that's how people create their programs, right? They may not create a whole new modality, but I've been in programs where I'm like, oh, I remember this from that program, and I remember this from that program, and it's cool because the people that come to you maybe the first time they're hearing it. Like I was in a workshop the other day, and someone said this quote, and I'm thinking I've heard that quote 100 times, and I'm seeing in the chat, oh my God, that is so profound! Wow, right? So it's everyone's at a different stage in their lives, and you just have to be ahead of the people you're teaching.
Yeah, I just feel like going on like I don't know, a summit or a podcast or something. It's going to be, I just get the words imposter syndrome coming up that,
Okay.
who do you think you are? Because I don't have the certification, not that
So
there's
whose voice
necessarily,
is that saying, who do you think you are?
I'm not entirely sure. Dad popped in for a second, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Are you willing to step out of the story that you can't do anything that will make anyone think, who do you think you are?
Say that again.
Are you willing to step out of the story that you can't do anything that will make anyone think, who do you think you are?
Making them think who
Okay,
they
let me
think
rephrase
they
it. Are you
are.
willing to step out of the story that you have to make sure no one ever looks at you and thinks, who do you think you are?
Oh, yeah. Mm. Oh, there is that fear of being judged. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, there's resistance there.
Okay. Remember, if you're worried about what other people are going to think of you, you're going to have a very, very small business. So the bigger your business gets, the more people it gets exposed to, the more judgments you're going to get.
Yeah,
And
I
if you're
feel
running your
totally
life based on getting the right judgments, you're going to create a very small life.
I know. I just feel like I don't have thick skin and I can't take trolls and people criticizing. I fold.
Okay. Now this is your decision. Your reality you're creating is I don't have thick skin.
Okay.
Okay. Remember that people, number one, people in high self-esteem never put down people around them. It just doesn't exist for them. There's no need. They feel great about themselves. So people that are really criticizing you, And oh, you can get this anywhere else, and I've heard this before, and whatever. They're just trying to build themselves up by putting you down. So whenever someone does that, I'm just like, oh, okay, so you're having some low self-esteem issues, and you're trying to project them on me. I'm sorry for what you're going through. I never take it personally.
Okay. I
And
know
if
that if, oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
and if I ever teach something and people say, "Oh, I heard this person say that," I'm like, "Yeah, because it's a good saying. It's intelligent words, so it deserves being repeated."
Okay. I know that if I don't believe something about myself, then it will just kind of slide off of me. If I don't
Mhm.
believe it to a certain extent myself, then it'll just slide off of me because somebody over the weekend on Telegram said something about you have to get over your feelings of exclusion or something like that. I'm like, what? And just kind of laugh.
Okay.
Um,
So, what if you could just kind of laugh no matter what anyone says?
hmm. You know what? It's I'm realizing, ooh, there's a bit of emotion coming up that this stuff is important. Some of it is spirituality related and it's important to me. I don't want it or me to be dissed.
So, if it's important and someone disses it, does that make it unimportant? Does that just mean that person doesn't like it?
Wow. I know what the answer is here, but
Yeah.
what popped into my head was, and I know this is kind of off topic, but it must be related. Uh, and I know this is controversial, but someone gave me something to listen to that they loved, and it's a woman who is very well known, who is an atheist or agnostic, whatever, doesn't believe in God.
Okay.
But the way she talks, everything she speaks about that she thinks is beautiful in the world, in my mind, I'm going, well, that's God. That's God. That's God's doing. Anyway, I ended up being like really emotional and really upset that she was like dissing God
Okay.
or God. And and it was silly. I'm sitting in the car listening to an MP3 or whatever and getting so upset that this person doesn't acknowledge this higher power.
Okay. So, does everyone have to believe what you believe?
No,
So that's not coming up true.
I know. They don't have to believe it in the way I believe it, but I want them to believe in a higher power.
Yeah. So you're trying to impose your stories and your will on everyone else. And if they don't go for it, then you're going to get upset about it. Okay. You're trying to control the world. Good luck.
I know. It just feels like there's something bigger than me that uh, deserves respect.
Then respect it. But don't try to make everyone else respect it.
I want them to see it. I
Yeah,
want
I
them.
know. And that's you trying to control them. Look at it. Look. Just look at it. It's God. Come on. Look at God. And they're like,
Oh,
no, 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 no.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah. So this is the thing. You can't, it's like, how would you feel if someone's like, no, there's no God. Stop believing. Just stop it. You're being ridiculous. Stop believing. It's all a complete delusion. How would you feel if someone tried to do that to you? And yet, this is what you want to do to other people. So, what if you just let the people that don't want to believe not believe, and let the people that want to believe believe?
I I guess it's that idea of that some people just shine, and in their shining, people see the divine in them.
And if you want to see the divine in her, that's fine, even if she doesn't recognize the divine.
I saw it. It's like,
Okay.
that's why I got
So
so upset.
remember, we live in a world of contrast. All right. And if everyone felt the same and believed the same stuff, this would be an incredibly boring place to live in. So enjoy the contrast. Enjoy is like, here's this person that's just full of the divine that doesn't believe in the divine. How cool is that? That's what we can create in this world. Right. And there have been some atheists that have done remarkable things, that have been kinder than people that believe in God or the divine or whatever deity you're looking at, because they're like, I'm not doing it so that I go to heaven or so that this God loves me or anything. I'm doing it just because it's the right thing to do. Right. So if they're already doing that, don't try to throw, okay, now you also have to believe in God on them. Let them just keep enjoying their lives.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of the ones who seem lost because they don't believe there's anything out there. And I
Okay.
want them to see that there is something.
Okay. But here's the thing. If they want to see what's out there, then they will come to you or they will go to someone else and they will seek that. If they just want to be in the story of, I don't see the point and I don't see that there's anything out there, that's their choice to be in that story. What you're trying to do is save people.
Mm.
Stop trying to save people.
See, I was lost for a while and I needed help.
Yeah.
So,
And there are people that are lost that are actively looking for the help, but you're just trying to save everyone that's lost.
okay.
So are you willing to step out of the story that you need to save everyone that's lost?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a real yes.
Yes.
Okay, now it's starting to shift. Yeah.
How is this
You have to
related?
let people be where they are. Be in full acceptance of where someone is. If they want to shift, then they can come along for the ride and shift with you. If they don't, leave them. I had one of my clients brought his friend to one of these sessions, to an Ignite Your Success session. And the friend didn't want to come, but he's like, no, Shiraz is going to help you. You've been going through so much. Don't worry, he'll clear it. And then I started working with him and I said, are you willing to step out of this story? And he's like, no, because of this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, well, let's look at this. Are you willing to step out of this story? No, because of this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, well, then we're done. He's like, what? I said, we're done. He's like, okay. And then the client is just like, you didn't clear anything on him. I'm like, he didn't want to be cleared. But I've never seen you not clear anyone. I said, but you brought someone who didn't want to be cleared. You forced him into the situation. I'm not going to force him to clear. He's got choice.
Right.
Right. So, and now he's happily creating a horrible life full of lack and illness. That's what he's chosen. And I'm willing to let him have that.
Okay, the imposter thing is back. I am still feeling like people are going to say, this is not new. I've heard all this before. Or I'm not bringing anything of enough value or enough.
Okay, here's what you're bringing that's valuable. You. Okay. I've had people say, Shiraz, I never really got that. I've heard that before, and I really didn't get it until I heard you say it. And I've gone to workshops where someone has said the same thing I've heard over and over and going, oh my God, the way you just said that, it just clicked. There are people out there that are going to resonate specifically with you. They will get value out of you that they will not get with anyone else on the planet. And if you feel you don't have enough to give them that value, they will never find you.
Wow, I'm feeling that at my heart, the I don't matter.
Okay. Who taught you that you don't matter?
Not sure, but I think Dad.
Okay. So
Or
are
just
you willing to step out of his story that you don't matter?
wow, there is. No, it feels really ingrained.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's his story that he didn't matter enough. You bought his story about himself for you.
Okay.
And you feel you don't matter now. So are you willing to step out of his story that you don't matter?
I'm saying yes, but it feels like a big no.
Okay. Is it okay for you to matter when he didn't?
No.
That's part of the problem there. Remember, and it's all beliefs. He absolutely did matter, but you're like, well, I can't start mattering if my dad doesn't believe he matters. Are you willing to step out of the story that it's wrong for you to matter if your dad doesn't believe he does?
Yes. Like I'm hurting for him.
Yeah, because you need to get out of the mode of being the savior for everyone. You're hurting for him because you're trying to save him. You're trying to go after the people that don't want to be saved because you feel they need to be saved. You've got all this value to give for people that want that value, and you're targeting the people that are stuck. And that's what gives you the imposter syndrome, because you're not going to get any results out of those people because they don't want to change. You're going to get a lot of results out of the people that actually want to change and see that you're the person that can create that change for them.
Yeah, I actually had an hour-long conversation with a cable guy, giving him ideas on how to go after his dreams. And he said, I really appreciate you.
Okay. So you can see that you have value. Now just use it to help people instead of using it to save people. Okay.
Something there. Thank you.
All right. How's that feel?
Better. There's still heaviness at the chest, but I think it's shifting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a like. And if you had a shift of your own, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Also, check out the description for energetic magic events that you can attend every single month. Be well, be aware, and be magical.